This is question 23 in exercise 1.7 in Project Maths 3a. We have to solve for x in the following equation. X squared minus 25 is equal to 0. Now, this is a quadratic equation, and we can tell because we have an x squared here involved in it. It's slightly different looking to some of our other equations because there's no x term, but it is a quadratic nonetheless. The way we typically solve quadratics is we move everything to the left hand side of the equals, then we factorize, and we go from there. There's a slightly different way we can approach this as well, so we'll do two different ways. So we'll do the factorizing here first. X squared minus 25 could be rewritten as x squared minus 5 squared equals 0, because 5 squared is 25. And the reason we're doing that is because what we have here is called a difference of two squares. And if you factorize this expression out, you get x minus 5 multiplied by x plus 5. And that is still equal to 0. Now when we get a situation like this where we have one term multiplied by another term and it's equal to 0, it means that one or both of these things is equal to 0. And what we typically do in this situation is we set them both equal to 0 and we solve from there. So we're going to take the first bracket and we're going to say x minus 5 is equal to 0. We'll take the second and we'll say that x plus 5 is equal to 0. And now we solve both of these linear equations to get a value for x. So on the left we get x equals 5, and to the right we get x equals minus 5. So those are our two values of x. It could also be written as x is equal to plus or minus 5. You may see that written some places. And there is a slightly different approach to ones that when we get it like this. This will only work when we have an x squared and a number and no other term in between them. So we start off with x squared minus 25 is equal to 0, which means that x squared is equal to 25. And if we take the square root of both sides, we get x is equal to square root 25. But the square root of 25 is equal to plus or minus 5, because plus 5 or minus 5 squared would get us 25 back. So you see we get to the same answer either way, and this way over on the left is the more conventional approach to it that I would recommend. But if you remember it, you can always go with the method on the right. And that is that.